I drive a lot with my car. So as part of preventative maintenance, let's change out the battery. This is the 12-volt battery and it can last for around 6 years. My car is now coming on to 6 years old. So as part of preventative maintenance, we're changing the battery. In this video I'm going to give you a step-by-step walk around how to change the battery. Step 1. Open the front bonnet. Step 2. Empty the bonnet. You need a T25 Torx bit to remove the front boot. Six screws, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear, 2 in the bottom. Now my car, as you can see, has the green connector. There's also an orange one on older models, but this one is really simple. This you need to disconnect the high voltage battery. You pull it up and then you pull it out. The 12-volt battery is now disconnected, and you can also hear a bong going off in the interior. To make sure that it doesn't come back on, you have to put something through it, so it's definitely is off and stays off, like so. Now we're going to disconnect the battery. It's being held in by two 10mm nuts. You see them over there and over there. Now we're going to remove them. You need quite a long extension to get to the rear. Front is way easier, and afterwards you can just get them with your screwdriver. That's the bracket that holds in the battery. To loosen the terminals, I would advise you to use 10mm ratchet spanner. They're just perfect for this job because there's not a lot of space. Just lay it on and you can easily loosen that. Now what I like to do is cover the terminal off with a bit of duct tape so you don't get that they make contact while you're working on the other side, because that could be quite a shocking experience. You don't need much, but you just need to make sure that they won't make contact. Like so. You have the terminal here and the piece of duct tape holds the terminal connector, which makes it impossible for them to touch. What you want to do now is wriggle the battery out, and as with everything with the BMW i3, there isn't a lot of room, but if you handle it carefully, it slides right out. That's the old battery out. Old and new side by side. This looks like the original one. I'm looking for a date on it. Can't find a date on it, but we have to move these brass battery poles over, and I have written down the date. Intended to do this yesterday, but I written down the date on a new one so we can track when we switch the battery out. To replace the terminals you need a T30 bit to loosen them and to transfer them to the new battery. Like so. Now the new one is ready to get in. I give them an extra twist by hand, so I'm sure they're tight. I was talking about the vent tube that is down here. It fell down and it used to be really important, but now it's not anymore, or at least for a car that has the battery in front. But that's how the factory did it, so that's how we're gonna put it back. So now it's time to get the battery back in. We put it in the same way as we took the old one out. Just squeeze it through the wires here. Make sure it lands on the battery stand. Then we keep this one here in front. This is the plus terminal. So we can easily mount back the plus and make sure it fits all nice and well. What is really important to know is that you need the bolt that is a bit upright. If you get the wrong bolt, nothing's gonna happen. So that's important. You see the one that's upright, that's the one that holds it in. Now we're going to tighten that with the nice and tight. Put it back. Then you can slide in the battery back to its original position. And you can reconnect the vent tube that will be slightly loose, and it's on the back here. You have to feel your way around the battery to push it in, but it's not that hard. When that is done, it should look like something like this. I saw other people remove this neck for the filler tank as well. Haven't felt the need to do it. Now we're going to make sure that we connect the positive terminal again with the battery. As you can see, the piece of duct tape worked flawlessly, and it's really easy to put it back in. Make sure not to hurt yourself. Slide it in. And now we can retighten it again. With the wrenching thingy. Doing 3 things here at once as a man, not ideal. Oh, hate when that happens. You slide in the wrenching thingy. And then you start wrenching. It tightens up really quickly, so it's not that hard, but it's a bit of an awkward position to be in. And it's not getting easier because the battery is still loose. Tight is tight. The next one. So, fixed. Now we're gonna remount the cage around the battery. We're almost done. What I like to do when I'm working on my cars is I leave the bolts in the item where I left them. So I always know what goes where. Just makes it a bit easier. I'm looking around for tools long enough as it seems, so if you hold in the screw like this, it's even easier. This bolt is easier to do by hand. Really crappy socket set. And it's tight again. Now let's reconnect the high volt battery and check if the car functions. Okay, so I missed the moment supreme. It's a right valve. You have to, when you pull this red tab all the way out, you have to bend it slightly back and then you can slide it back in and disconnect the whole thing. So now it's back in one piece and the car is drivable again. That took me like 25 minutes. Not enjoyed that. And that's another project done. I rescrewed in. Reattached the screws. Put in the blankets. And now let's check if it still works. I always keep my car open when I do these kinds of things. Of course, trip meter is back to 0. Everything at a hard reset. Temperature is to the default 20 degrees. Let's put it back to 18. But it still remembered my name and everything else. There are a lot of fault codes. Put in the time and now everything is done. We can close the bonnet and there's another project done.